a dream. Life is but a dream. It's what you make it. Always try to give.
I want to tell you the story about my pet Terrapin, Dick. Dick Terrapin. At first, Dick seemed a little, well, antagonistic towards me, but I blamed this on teething problems, insecurity at his new surroundings, that sort of thing. My older brother Frank had a much simpler theory. He just reckoned Dick was a right little fecker who hated everything and everyone. I mean, Dick was hard work. His constant attention-seeking, biting, puking, scratching and filth would wear me down, and some days he would even pick fights with me for no reason at all. I mean, Dick danced to the rhythm of his own Terrapin drum, and no doubts about it. There was no mention of this in me Terrapin books. He ruined that summer for me, but he was my pet, and I was going to do right by him, no matter what. So, of course, I tried to give him everything he ever wanted. But no matter what I did, sometimes he would still go on the rampage. And you have to understand, Dick was only young, and like all babies, he was capable of the odd tantrum. Besides, I reckon he only did these things to get my attention. Well, whatever the reasons, Dick would only go and get himself too excited, and the inevitable would happen. One day, Dick just vanished. Now, we all had a good look around, but it became clear to us Dick was gone. Now, I never gave up on him, though, not even when I got me new pets. Coco the cat, Rigsby the dog, and best of all, T-Bone the goldfish. And then, just as I said I knew he would, Dick returned. We reckoned his sudden reappearance was due to the end of a lengthy hibernation. Now, I didn't care where he'd been or what he'd been doing. I was just delighted to have the big fella back. Ah, listen, it was brilliant. Dick had come back to me, his owner. Now, it sounds silly now, but I felt whole again. Like a piece of me had returned, and then... the fecker went and ate T-Bone. That was more than just jealousy on Dick's part. And if he was capable of eating T-Bone, then... well, look it. He had returned as a feckin' liability. So, I locked him in his bedroom. That just made things worse. He kept growing and was now massive and out of control. His trip away had made him go absolutely barking mad. I mean, some days I still found myself feeling sorry for him. Well, some days. Mostly, though, I stubbornly ignored him as he kept on increasing and wrecking. Finally, Dick just got so big that my mum had to give him to the zoo. She explained she'd grown tired of the Terrapins' constant messing. She said they could give him the love we no longer could, and besides, he could work their bleeding house. And you know what? Even after all that had happened, even though he'd wrecked me room and ate me pets, I still hoped that one day me and Dick would meet again. Years later, me and this girl, Susie, went on a first date. We saw loads of animal stuff, like the king of the jungle. Not proud, no. Ashamed of his wet mane and tiny little head. And the little cold prairie dog, wondering why the sun shone up from the ground. The whole time, though, I couldn't wait to get to the reptile room. I told Susie all about Dick. I mean, I left out the bad bits about his moods and stuff. But she got the gist. And then suddenly, I saw him. Ah, it was only magic. He, like me, had changed with age. He finally seemed calmer and wiser. Prouder, more confident. And you know, Dick looked right at me. And then, slowly, he bowed his head. Now, call me nuts, but I knew that in his own little Terrapin way, Dick was saying sorry. That night, I brought Susie along to meet my family in a big fancy restaurant. Straight away, she began to tell them all about her date, about the lion and the prairie dogs. Then she told them about our meeting with Dick. Frank was the first to start laughing. Then everyone started. My mum, Uncle Julian, everyone really roaring and sobbing. Frank could hardly speak through the laughing and the tears. He coughed and spluttered, and finally he managed to get it out. Did I really and honestly believe that Dick went to the zoo? Turns out Dick never went to no zoo. No, Dick just got too big to manage, so Dick went to the vet. Oh yeah, Coco the cat never went to the fish factory. And Rigsby the dog, well, let's just say he isn't on the farm. Susie later told me she thought I was a big weirdie. My family weren't sure if I was just stupid or naive. Dick? Well, Dick taught me a very valuable lesson. If your mum tells you your pet's gone to the zoo, they haven't.
Life is but a dream. It's what you make it. Always try to give. Don't ever take it. Life has its music. Life has its songs of love. Life is but a dream, and I dream of you, strange as it seems. All night I see you. I'm trying to